Hey guys, it's Simeon. This is Wrestling Unlimited as we are here on the 13th of September 2021 to talk about everything that went down tonight on Monday Night Raw. And I liked tonight's Monday Night Raw. I thought it was a pretty good show with a fantastic, great ending. And speaking of endings, that big ending. Big E's big ending. Big E winning the WWE Championship. Holy moly. I didn't think it would come this quickly. I assumed Big E's Money in the Bank, got the briefcase, he won Money in the Bank. He's going to eventually cash in and become WWE Champion. I never thought he would cash in on Roman, become Universal Champion, but I didn't think it would come this soon. I wasn't expecting it till at least 2022, to be 100% completely honest. But congratulations for Big E. I do want to show this awesome photo that was posted by the WWE on Fox Twitter account. Let me pull it up here. WWE on Fox. This just tells the whole story right here. Where is it? I don't see it anymore. I don't know where it went. I could have swore it was WWE on Fox. Maybe I'm wrong and I saw it tweeted for somebody else. But it was an awesome shot of all three members of the New Day hugging in the middle of the ring. Like, great shot. Let me see if I can find it really quick. I'll pull it up on the screen. Here it is. This shot right here from after the show went off the air, because last we see is Big E up on the second rope or whatever, celebrating, holding the belt and whatnot. But then afterwards, all three members of the New Day embracing. This is amazing. Just a fantastic shot there. Pull that away. Let's put this back here. Move this screen to there, but with that, I do want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PW Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, or Twitter.com/PW Unlimited. Remember, if you are watching on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can help us out by hitting that donate button down below or donating Twitch bits in the live chat. Also, remember, it's September, and you can subscribe to the channel right here on PW Unlimited on Twitch. And because it's September, you get your subscription this month 20% off. And that doesn't mean you get your subscription 20% off, and then we have to take a 20% cut of that subscription. No. It's 20% off for the viewer, for the subscriber, but Twitch is still giving the content creator, still giving the streamers their full cut, their full pay, as if it was any other month, and that is awesome. So this is the perfect month for you guys to subscribe here. You get no ads on the channel, and you support us, you keep us going, just like so many of you are already. But if you say, I don't got any real money because I already paid Jeff Bezos for Amazon Prime, well, hey, take that Amazon Prime and link it to your Twitch and then subscribe to us, because if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming. With Prime Gaming, you get not only free games sometimes, free in-game app purchases and whatnot, but you get one free subscription to any Twitch channel that you want to subscribe to throughout the month. And I'd greatly appreciate it if you use that subscription on us right here, PW Unlimited. And if you say, I don't have that either, I don't pay for Amazon Prime, well, you gotta know somebody that does, like your mommy, your daddy, your auntie, your uncle, your brother, your sister, your brother's wife, your mom's sister, your grandmother, the guy that changed your oil at Walmart, the girl that gave you your donut this morning at Krispy Kreme. Say, hey, do any of you have Amazon Prime? You do? Can I link it to my Twitch? Yeah? Must support PW Unlimited. But on the flip side, if you're watching on YouTube, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can help us out in the live chat with a super chat or a super sticker donation. Also, remember, you can subscribe to the channel as a channel member to get early access to news, early access to podcast episodes, early access to non-news videos, and so much more. And you can always support us. Over on Patreon, patreon.com/PW Unlimited. But with that, look something up really fast. Let's see. All right. So, talking about Big E winning the WWE Championship, Big E kicked off Monday Night Raw. SmackDown's, formerly of SmackDown Big E, came out and acknowledged, when the announcers acknowledged Big E's tweet from earlier in the day that he was planning on cashing in the Money in the Bank. Big E was very excited and ate up the crowd here in Boston until Randy Orton and Riddle would interrupt, and then Bobby Lashley and MVP would interrupt as well. Big E announced, "Hey, I got my briefcase. You guys are going to fight tonight, and I wasn't lying. I'm going to cash this in." Riddle then said, "Well, could you consider not cashing in on Randy when Randy wins the title?" And MVP's like, "Shut up, you moron. Randy Orton's not winning that title tonight." MVP said he would normally be happy to see Big E because Big E is always full of laughs and Big E's always just a great time and great guy to be around, but tonight he's being stupid. MVP said he wasn't happy. However, because they were supposed to be getting because he and Bobby were supposed to get a tag title shot tonight. Bobby was not supposed to be defending the championship. He said, but Orton must have politicked to get his way into getting this match early instead of at Extreme Rules. Orton then kind of winked at the crowd like, yeah, you know I get my way. He then said it's been 14 long years since he fought Lashley and didn't want to wait 2 more weeks. He said that there's no politicking involved. He simply asked for the match and it was accepted because he's Randy freaking Orton. Big E was excited to see them fight. MVP then called him a clown. But all the clowns in the New Day, he thought Big E would actually have been the first to become the WWE champion or hold the world title. However, he ran from SmackDown to Raw, perhaps being scared of Roman Reigns. And I like that line. He goes, "Oh, are you scared of Roman Reigns or maybe Brock Lesnar?" Lashley made sure to mention he wasn't afraid of them. Orton then told them, hey, focus on me. You got me tonight. All it takes is one RKO to become the new WWE champion. Big E then once again stated that he's going to be very excited to cash in, whether that is on Bobby or Randy Orton. Lashley then told Orton that he would get pummeled tonight and threatened to shove that briefcase up Big E's ass. Lashley and Big E argued until Orton laid out Lashley with yet another RKO, basically telling us, well, Randy ain't winning tonight. Randy ain't winning tonight. I thought this was a great way to open up Raw. Similar to last week's SmackDown, it was different. It was unconventional. It had a different just vibe and feel to it than normally the segments that open Monday Night Raw. So next up, Charlotte Flair told Sarah Schreiber that she didn't get to the top with friends or partners, and Shayna Baszler would never get there while being held down by dead weight. Charlotte called herself the best, and the ring was her throne, and her reign's going to last forever. Long live the queen. There was a video from earlier in the day, Nia Jax confronting Shayna Baszler about what happened last week, and Baszler basically screwing her. And she's like, well, I knew you'd never be able to beat Charlotte. And Nia goes, I beat Charlotte the week before. Anyways, let's get on the same page, work together. Jax was kind of confused, and Baszler walked off. So next up, it was a non-title match. There was a championship contenders match, as they like to call them. Charlotte Flair against Shayna Baszler. So Charlotte wiped out Baszler with a dive, and they went to a break about 50 seconds into this match. Not even a full minute into this match. Baszler tried to carry through the clutch upon return, but Charlotte blocked it and hit a backdrop. Baszler responded with a high-angle German suplex and a knee strike for a 2. Baszler used a few kicks and punches, but Charlotte came back with a clothesline, chop, and a back elbow for a 2. Charlotte followed this up with a moonsault to the outside and woke up the crowd. Jackson sauntered out, and the distraction allowed Baszler to shove Charlotte into the steel steps, which led to yet another break. Despite that, Charlotte was back in control when they returned. Baszler hit another German suplex, but Charlotte chop blocked her before wrapping her leg in the ropes. Charlotte taunted Jax before heading back into the ring. Baszler then nailed her with a knee strike while Jax hopped up on the apron. The distraction allowed Charlotte to hit a big boot and pick up the victory over Shayna Baszler. So yeah, basically Nia screwed Shayna. It's like, okay, so when we get Nia versus Shayna, because that's exactly where this is probably leading to. After the match, Alexa Bliss would come down with her doll and a gift for Charlotte. Charlotte's like, yeah, you don't know my style. The gift's probably not what I would want anyway, so no, you're not going to get in my head. And she's like, but Charlotte, Lily and I picked this out especially for you. Come on. You know you want it. You know you like gifts. And Charlotte was like, she basically told her to stop talking to herself when referencing the doll. She goes, you collect dolls, but I collect championships. Eventually, I guess Alexa just talked her into it. And she goes, you know what? Okay. Because the crowd's like, take the gift, or something like that. It was like, take the gift or open the gift or something like that. No, it was open it. When she finally said, okay, I'll take the gift. So she opens the gift. And she kind of opens it a little bit and she closes it. She goes, no. What? And she opens it all the way, grabs it out, and it's a Lily doll, but dressed up like Charlotte. And Alexa goes, Lily, you were right. It does actually look like her. Bliss said, even a narcissistic bitch like Charlotte deserves a friend. So I said that she didn't want the doll and chucked it at Bliss. Bliss attacked her and gave her a code red. The crowd definitely behind Alexa Bliss here as they pop big for that code red. WWE then go on to announce that the draft will officially begin on SmackDown on October 1st and conclude on Raw on October 4th. It's the dates we've been hearing for a while, but they officially announced it tonight. So next up, 6-man tag team action. This match didn't go long at all. McIntyre makes his way out to the ring, go to commercial. We come back, and well, McIntyre gets attacked from behind by Jinder Mahal, Veer, and Shanky. Out then come the Viking Raiders to make the save. This match was done quick, like I said, 2.5 minutes. McIntyre basically won on his own, I guess you can say, fighting everybody off and pinning Shanky with the Claymore kick at the end. Corey Graves noted that Ivar didn't even get into the match. He didn't even get to wrestle tonight. Get more Biggie. Biggie was in the pack with Kofi and Woods. Woods was pumped for a cash-in tonight. Biggie said that it was even happening in Kingston's hometown. He asked Kofi for advice since, well, he's won the WWE title before. Kingston said he had everything it took and didn't need no advice. Then let us know that clip of Reginald jumping over the ropes, 80 million views on TikTok. And they had to tell us, yeah, and Corey, your kid watched a lot of TikTok, huh? He's like, yep, I had to take the phone away from my son because he watched too much TikTok. So this then leads to a 24/7 segment. Reginald's in the back running away. He's running away from R-Truth. Tries to kick him in the face. We see all the geeks, including now Cedric Alexander. Drake Maverick then showed up. And R-Truth told him that, well, your plan didn't work, Drake. Maverick said that it wasn't the fault of the plan. It was the execution. Truth and Akira Tozawa argued over whose fault it really was. Meh, whatever. Next up, we had a U.S. title match that went 11 and a half, right between 11 and 11 and a half minutes. Damian Priest did a quick backstage promo talking about how sometimes you get to face who you admire. And tonight, he will face somebody he truly has admired in Jeff Hardy. Sheamus also joined commentary for the upcoming title match. They fought back and forth until Priest wiped out Hardy with a dive. He argued with Sheamus, who was on commentary, as the show went to a break. Hardy gained control after the break and hit a dive of his own off the second rope for a 2. Priest came back with a spinning heel kick for a 2, followed up with a big lariat, kinda, for a 2. Didn't really get all of this lariat. Hardy then followed this up with a cradle for a near fall. Priest then suddenly just hit the reckoning right at like the 11-minute mark, crawled over, and pinned Jeff Hardy to become the champion. The match started off well, but then the finish kind of just came out of nowhere. Like it felt like they were like really hitting their groove, like a 2-3 minutes before this, and then it's just over. And I'm like, oh, well, that was fun. I really liked that. Thought it could have gone a couple more minutes. I mean, this match wouldn't have been bad if it was like a 15-minute match. So, after the match, Sheamus attacks both men. After Sheamus got rid of Hardy, Priest knocked him down with a brogue kick. There was a plug that tomorrow we get the new NXT 2.0 featuring a fatal 4-way for the WWE Championship. So in the back, Nikki Ash told Rhea Ripley that they could work on their very own victory celebration. Ripley wanted to focus on her match against Natalya. Natalya and Tamina showed up, and Natalya called them freaks. They argued until a brawl broke out. Sonya Deville and some other officials broke it up, and Deville says, you know what? We already got Natty and Rhea, Tamina, and Nikki. You guys are going to fight too. Going forward, WWE did announce the signing of Gable Steveson. And boy, is this guy going to get some preferential treatment. Not only does he get signed by WWE, but he doesn't have to start till whenever he wants. If he wants to do his final year in Minnesota, he can do it. If he doesn't, he can come to WWE. But apparently the word is that they're also not making him go to the PC. If he wants to train in Minnesota, they're going to set it up to where he can be trained in Minnesota. Also, there's already talks of Gable Steveson versus Brock Lesnar at a WrestleMania. Possibly WrestleMania next year as a passing of the torch. And don't say, oh, will Brock actually do it for this kid? Yeah, he will, because Brock really likes this kid. Brock has been Gable Stevenson's mentor since he was in high school. Since he was recruited by Minnesota, agreed to go to Minnesota, and started training with the Minnesota team before he was even out of high school. So yeah, you don't think Brock's going to do the job for this kid? Yeah, he will. Yeah, he will. In the locker room, Riddle and Orton. Riddle asked Orton how he planned on holding 2 belts. Riddle was being annoying, so Orton put on some headphones. Riddle kept talking until Big E just randomly sauntered in. Orton got to his feet immediately. Big E told him, hey, don't worry. I'm not going to do anything right now, but I am going to be watching your match tonight very, very closely. So next up, we had a 4.5-ish minute match. Nikki ASH against one half of the women's tag team champions, Tamina. Tamina dominated until Nikki hit a tornado DDT. It looked like Tamina kicked out at the 3, but they called it a 3, so yeah, Tamina's music played, and she was announced as the winner. Natalya and Tamina laid out both Nikki and Ripley after the match. I don't know what happened here. The announcers then said when we came back, Nikki ASH is being checked on by medical. Ripley went after Natalya and Tamina on the outside. She knocked down Tamina with a drop kick, but Natalya dodged it and hit a discus clothesline. Ripley inadvertently landed leg first on the corner of the steel steps with the drop kick. Natalya then followed this up with a vertical suplex on the outside, which led to a break. Ripley mounted a comeback with a clothesline, a headbutt, and a low drop kick, but Natty dropped her and followed this up with a low drop kick of her own for a 2. Ripley ducked a clothesline and used a Northern Lights suplex for a 2. Ripley applied a standing cloverleaf, but Natalya fought out and hit a German suplex. Ripley countered a sharpshooter into a schoolboy for a 2. Tamina hopped up on the apron to cause a distraction, but Nikki ran back down and tripped Natalya. Ripley dropped Tamina off the apron while Natalya tried to roll her up with her feet on the ropes. Natty and Tamina full on heels now. Just full on heels. Natty's yelling at the crowd the entire time and showboating and whatnot. Nikki then knocked her feet off the ropes and Ripley kicked out. Ripley then applied a standing cloverleaf and Natty tapped out. So yeah. Freaking Natty and Tamina full on heels now. Just 100% full on heels. Joe Schreiber then interviewed Charlotte, where Charlotte blew her off until seeing the Charlie doll. I forgot to mention that earlier. Alexa said, "Your doll is named Charlie." So she sees the Charlie doll sitting on an equipment box. Charlotte told Sarah that she planned on destroying Bliss and Lily. Charlotte then tossed the Charlie doll in the trash. So, yeah, this is a thing. This is a thing. 8-man tag team match. This match went about 10 minutes. It was the New Day, Mustafa Ali and Mansoor against AJ Styles, Omos, Mace, and T-Bar. Mansoor danced with the New Day as they all made their way out. And this is great. Because Mansoor starts dancing with the New Day, right? He's like doing this kind of thing. And Ali's looking over and he's just like, puts his hand in his head. And he's just like, oh no. Oh no. What are you doing? The match starts. T-Bar turned Ali inside out with a great looking boot. And the heels attacked the remaining baby faces. After a commercial break, Mansoor fought off Styles with an enziguri and made the hot tag to Woods. Woods and Kingston did a combo Russian leg sweep missile drop kick and got a 2 off of it. Woods took out T-Bar with a tornado DDT before Mansoor and Ali wiped out Mace and T-Bar with some dives. Styles gave Kingston a fireman's carry neck breaker, but Ali broke up the cover. Everyone traded big moves until Ali tagged himself in and gave Styles a tornado DDT. Omos tagged in, and the crowd went wild. Not quite wild, but they buzzed pretty well. They like Omos. Crowds like Omos. Omos knocked down Ali before easily tossing aside Woods, Kingston, and Mansoor. Omos then dropped Ali with a tree slam to pick up the victory. Again, crowds like Omos. They really do. He's supposed to be a heel, but nope, they like the big boy. Austin Saturday says they were heels before. Kinda. They were doing heel things, but they didn't until tonight. It wasn't established that they're just full on heels because like they did heel things, but then they would be baby faces in a way. So it's like, yeah. Austin Saturday says, no doubt he's the new Big Show. No, he's the new Great Khali. In the way of not Khali when he first started, but Khali once everyone was like, you know what? This guy's trying. This guy's doing his best. And you can tell he's having fun. So Kevin Patrick interviewed Lashley about Big E as he warmed up for his match. MVP told Patrick that Big E was more of an annoyance than a distraction. MVP said that Orton would join Kingston, McIntyre, and Goldberg as the men who failed miserably taking on Bobby Lashley. Now, Mr. Bang says, stole Khali's finisher too. Yeah, well, no. He's done the chop, yeah, but he usually does the tree slam. That's his finish, not the chop as his finish. Next up, it was Doudrop versus Eva Marie. Well, actually, I skipped something here. While Bobby Lashley is being interviewed, Big E approaches and reminds him, hey, I'm going to cash in. Doudrop took on Eva Marie in a 2-minute match. Marie raked Doudrop's eyes and tried to schoolboy, but Doudrop didn't budge and even noticed that Eva Marie was trying anything. Doudrop then followed this up with a senton and a running crossbody and picked up the victory. 2-minute match that was just nothing. Karrion Kross did a backstage promo. He introduced himself and used the Sean O'Hare line, quote, I'm not telling you anything you didn't already know. He spoke about his victims and planned on hurting everyone here until there is no one left and he gets everything he wants. He said he's not Here to get lost in the shuffle, everyone will fall and pray. It was also announced that next week, Shayna Baszler will go one-on-one with Nia Jax. Then we move on to our main event. This match goes 13 minutes, and you know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen, especially when this match ends and there's still 8 minutes left in the show. But nonetheless, this crowd was tremendous for this match. They were into everything. Lashley and Orton worked perfectly together, and this was fantastic. I really, really enjoyed this match. So Orton goaded Lashley into following him around the ring. Lashley confronted Riddle, which allowed Orton to attack him from behind and toss him around ringside. Lashley kicked out at one when they were back into the ring. He then used a shoulder tackle in the corner. Orton dodged a running shoulder tackle, and Lashley went to the post. Lashley went into the post. Orton tried a draping DDT, but Lashley dumped him over the top rope. Lashley went after Orton, but Orton gave him a backdrop on the edge of the barricade before clotheslining him over the barricade into the timekeeper's area. The crowd chanted for Orton as they went to a break. Orton hit a superplex following the break for a 2. Lashley responded by driving Orton into the post. MVP pretended to fan Orton with his hand. So Riddle used his hat to fan Orton in response. Lashley then drove Orton to the barricade before hitting a shoulder tackle and a neck breaker back in the ring for a 2. Orton slipped out of a spinebuster attempt and hit some clotheslines and some punches in the corner and a power slam for a 2 of his own. Orton then finally got that draping DDT and went for an RKO, but Lashley shoved him off and hit a spear for a near fall. Orton then fought out of a hurt lock and hit an RKO, but MVP pulled Lashley up over onto the apron, helping him out there, so Orton couldn't fully go for the pin. The referee then yelled at MVP. Riddle then yelled at MVP, and Orton went to the outside and RKO'd MVP on the floor. Riddle was very happy to see this. He then jumped down on the floor next to MVP and then started pretending like he was having a seizure. He's like, MVP's laying on the floor, and Riddle jumps down and goes, ah, ha, 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 ha. I'm like, what the fuck was that? Anyways, Orton jumps back into the ring, and I go, Orton, you're taking too much time. I know exactly what's happening, and yup. Orton gets in the ring, turns around, big ass spear, and gets pinned 1, 2, 3. So, Bobby Lashley successfully retains the championship, retains the WWE title. After the match, Lashley attacks Riddle and drove him into the post before slamming Orton into the announce table. So basically, he puts Riddle up on his shoulders, runs at the post. Riddle goes face first into the post, flips around. He grabs Randy, and he spine busters him through the announce table. But as he does so, he also hurts his knee and is limping. So Lashley's limping over to the steps, and he limps up and into the ring, and the music of Big E hits. We all gonna go big! Big E comes out. Great reaction from the crowd. Runs down into the ring, gives the referee the briefcase, and we get the word, Big E is cashing in his money in the bank briefcase. And Lashley's selling the leg big. He can't stand. He's sitting in the corner. Referee's like, we're going to do this. We have to do this. We're going to go. And we go to a break. We come back from the break, and the crowd's still buzzing. They're still going. They're ready. They're ready. The announcer said that Lashley was refusing to defend his title. He's holding himself up by the top rope. He's standing there. He's like, no, we ain't doing this. And Lashley gets slapped across the face by Big E so hard. So hard that he spins around 180. And it's just like, whoa! Comes back, and he's pissed. He's pissed. Big E, like I said, slaps him in the face. So Lashley tackles him as the bell rings. This match goes 1 minute and 14 seconds. Lashley was on the offense early until Big E chop blocked the injured knee. Big E went for a big ending, but Lashley slipped right out and hit a spear for a near fall. But as commentary said, and this was a good call by Corey Graves. He said, Big E's got the hurting, or Lashley's got the hurt knee, so he couldn't get all of that spear that he would have wanted on Big E. Hence why Big E was able to kick out, because it wasn't a full-blown Bobby Lashley spear. At one point, Bobby Lashley tried to go for the Dominator, but because of the injured leg, he couldn't hold Big E up on his shoulders. Big E then fought back, hit the big ending, and pinned Bobby Lashley to become the new WWE champion. And Bobby Lashley sold that big ending big. He sold it like he was dead. Like he was dead. You can see the excitement on Big E's face even before the referee starts counting, because he knows what's coming immediately. The crowd goes wild. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods run out to celebrate. They all hug. Big E's got title up high. This was fantastic. This was an all-time championship win. I know some people are going to go, oh, he didn't even have a goddamn full-on match to win the title. He didn't have to. It's called Money in the Bank. It's fine that it went 1 minute and 14 seconds because it was a Money in the Bank cash-in. It was a predetermined Money in the Bank cash-in. That it was that Bobby Lashley knew that this was going to happen. Bobby Lashley wrestled a regular match. It was kind of like Del Rio thing when Ziggler cashed in. He still got to fight back for a moment before, well, he was eventually beat. Here, Bobby got to fight back, but he was eventually beat. And I think this is great. Big E's now the WWE champion, which means Big E is now a member of the Raw roster. And yeah, I really, really, really loved this. Big E's now the champ, and we see where we go from here. Do we get the rematch at Extreme Rules? Is it going to be Big E versus Bobby Lashley at Extreme Rules? That's what I'm assuming. I doubt they add Orton in here anywhere. And the other question is, what about that tag title shot that the Hurt Business was supposed to get? Are they ever going to get it? Or was doing a tag team turmoil match through like an hour and a half, 2 hours of last week's show all for nothing? All for nothing. But with that, guys, you know what I thought about tonight's Monday Night Raw. I actually pretty much liked most of the show. But now I want to hear what you guys think. Remember, if you want to be part of the show, you can do so by putting a super chat in the Twitch live chat or texting into 510-906-1341. I do want to thank Mr. Bangs You for his Twitch Prime subscription. Really do appreciate that one. But let's check the polls before we check the messages. 100% of you on Twitch liked tonight's Raw. As far as the YouTube poll go, not the same at all. 72% of you liked tonight's Raw. 18% thought it was just all right. And 9% on YouTube did not like the show. As far as text messages do go, let's see what we have here. Thoughts on Big E winning the title. Thoughts on Big E winning the title. Already gave my thoughts. Really gave my thoughts. Now Big E is the new WWE champion. Who you see challenging him next, and who should challenge for the IC title? Well, I don't know about the IC title. But challenging him next probably going to be Bobby Lashley. As far as Big E goes. Whose side are you on for next week? Team Nia or Team Shayna? That's a toughie. I may have to pick Team Shayna. Other person says, one thing I've never liked in WWE is when new champions are crowned, but they lose the championship in their first defense. Okay, what does that have to do with anything? I highly, highly doubt Big E's going to lose the title in his first defense. I don't know why you would send that message at all, because that has no context to anything that's happened. Or says, with the draft coming up next month, do you see Brock Lesnar, Becky, and Edge being free agents like John Cena was in 2017? No. Brock, maybe. Edge, maybe. Becky, no. Becky's part of the SmackDown roster. And if you guys didn't see our exclusive report last week, Becky's slated to be moved if nothing changes from SmackDown to Raw. This person says, now Big E is champ. What's the plan going forward for Goldberg? Will Big E defend the title at Extreme Rules against both Goldberg or Lashley? No, because the whole Goldberg thing is not about the title anymore. Goldberg said he doesn't care about the title anymore. It's about getting at Bobby Lashley for putting his hands on his son. And that match will probably happen in Saudi Arabia. Predictions for the Fatal 4-Way tomorrow on NXT. Toughie. But I would not... I don't know. Like, this is hard for me, but I'm going to say right now, I'm not ruling out LA Knight becoming the new NXT champion. So if I had to make a prediction right now, and I could be wrong, I'm going to say LA Knight. says, with Johnny's contract coming up soon, do you think he stays or good chance he leaves? And where do you think he goes? I have no clue because Johnny Gargano has been very loyal to WWE. But so has other people, and they've left. So this is a toughie. This is a very toughie because it's like he stays and then what? Just still in NXT? Are they going to eventually bring him to the main roster? I can maybe see it. It's 50-50 right now. I have no clue, to be completely honest. I haven't heard anything either way. It's not like there's another company out there where he's already got ties to. It's not like Adam Cole in AEW where he's got all his friends there from the Elite. His girlfriend is there. No. Johnny, essentially, he's got no ties to any other company because he was never in another company. Johnny Gargano before WWE, when you think of Johnny Gargano, you would have thought Dragon Gate USA, Evolve. Well, those aren't things anymore. So it's like, okay, where does he go? Ring of Honor? Impact? I don't know if he goes to AEW. I mean, I wouldn't say they wouldn't sign Johnny Gargano. But where would he fit in there is the big question. He's not an Adam Cole or Bryan Danielson, unfortunately, as far as name factor does go. Says, where do you think the last hour of Raw could have gone? I have no clue what that question even means. I honestly have no clue what that question even means. First thing, do you think Randy will be a 16-time champ? Tied with Cena before he retires? Just curious. There's a good chance. I don't think so. But it's not something that I would rule out and say no. I don't think it's going to happen. Maybe he'll get 15. But I don't see... It depends on how much longer Randy wants to go. That's the big question. I can see 15, but I don't know about 16. That might be stretching it. But with that, guys, I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and Twitter.com/PW Unlimited. We'll be live tomorrow for whatever this new NXT is going to be, NXT 2.0. They got a women's title match. They got an NXT title match for a vacant belt. There's a wedding tomorrow and so much more. So with that, guys, we'll see you back here live tomorrow for NXT. Have a good night, and I'll see you next time. Trisha says, the